everyone. This is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger, here with my new Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, December 26th through Sunday, January 1st, 2023. Happy holidays. Happy New Year coming up. I hope everyone had wonderful, beautiful holidays with family and friends this last week or so. And I know that the celebrations are continuing. So for this week's Empowered Moment video, we are going to be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Also a reminder that, of course, this week's weekly video brings us into a new year, which is a brand new energy, 2023. So be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and find and watch the monthly Empowered Moments video for January 2023, which will be complete with talking about the energy vibration of the month of January and most likely the energy of 2023 as a whole as well. And also we will be looking at the astrological transits of significance for January, as well as receiving a message from our angels and guides and a special message card depending on your stone of choice for that as well. So to get into this week's reading, let's go ahead and start with an empowered moment this week. It's kind of settled down a little bit from the previous weeks, but one thing that is very important that happens this week is Mercury retrograde officially starts. I know that many of you have already felt Mercury retrograde's shadow energies for the last week or two. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body, clear your mind. Make sure you're sitting up straight if you can, even though your body is relaxed. Your legs are uncrossed. Hopefully your feet are flat on the floor. And let's visualize, sense, see, feel, or just know that you're surrounded in gold and white light. This is the golden white light of unconditional love, peace, guidance, protection, healing. Let's take in a deep breath and breathe in that golden white light into every cell of our bodies. As you exhale, let's release all that our body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And as we move throughout this week, this last week of 2022, and preparing for the new energies of 2023. We do have Mercury, the planet that rules the mind, our thoughts, our perceptions, our communications, turning to retrograde motion in the sign of Capricorn. It will stay in the sign of Capricorn for all of its retrograde motion. So as we redo, research, reflect, reevaluate, and all of those other energies that are associated with Mercury retrograde, it will be in the energy of Capricorn, which rules our career path, our life path, our destiny path, our goals, our ambitions, who we want to be out in the world and how we want the world to see us. Authority and owning our own inner authority. Practicality, practical movement towards your plans, towards your goals. Mercury retrograde is giving us the opportunity to go back over any ideas or reflections or steps that we may be needing to take. Perhaps we've started something and it's time to reevaluate or go back over the details in some way. Maybe it's time to reorganize those ideas or plans. Or maybe it's time to even organize your home, your office. So as we focus this week on that energy of Mercury retrograde, let's focus on what our intentions are as far as organization, redoing, revamping, revisiting old strategies, reevaluating what our ideas are as we move into the new year of 2023. Let's breathe that intention into every cell of our bodies. Exhale, and when you're ready and in your own time, you can open your eyes and return to this time and this place. Okay, so let's start out our weekly video here with looking at our stones of choice for that special message card a little bit later. So the first stone of choice, this is called Sonora Sunset Sunrise Chrysocolla, also known as Chrysocolla cuprite or cuprite chrysocolla. So I like the idea of it being Sonora Sunset Sunrise because we are setting the sun, if you will, metaphorically speaking, to 2022 and getting ready for a new sunrise for 2023. So it is kind of that releasing of the old and bringing in the new. But this particular stone, it assists us with our inner vitality. It helps with change and manifestation. And it also focuses on the energies of balance, harmony, and integration. So again, thinking about integrating the energies, the lessons, what we've learned throughout 2022, and then moving forward towards that change of 2023, or what we'd like to change within the year 2023. Okay, the second stone of choice, this is Rainbow Moonstone. Rainbow Moonstone. And the Rainbow Moonstone, I looked up stones and crystals that have to do with new beginnings because we are moving into a new year. And this was one of them. Actually, they all were reflected in some way with that idea. So the Rainbow Moonstone, this helps us with endurance, which I think we've had to endure quite a lot in 2022. And maybe you're still in that process of endurance as we move into a new year. This also helps us with our inner confidence, protection, helps us with fertility and magic and hope. And it's associated with the moon energies, the energies of the moon or moon goddess and the divine feminine, which the moon rules. Okay? And then our last stone of choice is labradorite. Labradorite. Let's see if there's the other side. Maybe it's got some reflections in there. Oh, this one doesn't have as many reflections. A little bit there. So the labradorite is known as a stone of transformation. And again, a great stone for the ending of one year and the beginning of a next because it's helping us with transformation on all levels. This one helps to strengthen our will, helps to stimulate our imagination, helps to bring us a sense of perseverance to move through old energies and wind things up. And this one has the capacity to both expand our consciousness through the crown chakra as well as ground our energy with our root chakra, which is great for manifestation. So again, expands and grounds at the same time. So again, your stones of choice are Sonora Sunset Sunrise Chrysocolla. We've got the Rainbow Moonstone, and then we've got that great labradorite here. All right, so let's talk about the astrological energies of significance. For whatever reason, and I don't always talk about the moon placement, I don't know if it's because we're ending out 2022, but for whatever reason, I felt guided to just briefly mention, along with the transits of significance, where the moon is. So on Monday, the 26th, the moon is in Aquarius all day. There's no significant other transits. Of course, the moon in Aquarius will probably make some connections. And you can, again, if you want to hear some more of that detail, please follow me on Facebook or Instagram under Colleen Lemma, or under my other Facebook page, Sacred Soul Empowerment. And you'll get those daily kind of posts that talk about that. But the moon is our emotional nature, and it's about intuition. It's about our subconscious. It's in Aquarius on Monday, which is kind of an objective, not real fuzzy, warm moon, not real fuzzy and warm with the emotions. It's more intellectual and objective. So we can find that maybe we're going to be a little bit more objective and practical on that day. On Tuesday, the 27th, however, the moon will transition into Pisces. And so now it's much more intuitive, much more psychic, much more flowing, creative. It's got this idea of surrender to it, and it's definitely kind of highlighting some moon goddess energies there. On Wednesday, the moon is still going to be in Pisces, but we're going to have Venus, the planet that rules love, relationships, money, finances, personal resources, and values, in a positive sextile to Neptune. Now, Venus in Capricorn is more grounded in that sign because it's an earth sign. But that sextile to Neptune helps to elevate it a little bit spiritually. And this can bring in some magic and miracles potentially if you look for them and act on them. Of course, the moon in Pisces on that day will also support that. And then on Thursday, the 29th, this is when Mercury officially turns retrograde at 24 degrees of Capricorn. As I mentioned in the beginning, the whole retrograde period, Mercury will stay in the sign of Capricorn. I didn't write down the dates to give you right here, but in January's monthly forecast, I definitely will. But Mercury will be retrograde through about the third week of January before turning back to direct motion in the sign of Capricorn. And during our little meditation here earlier, we did talk a little bit about what that's going to mean. Again, Mercury is our thoughts, our communication style, information, messages, rules, perceptions. And in Capricorn, again, it's grounded, it's practical, it's organized, it focuses on work and effort and perseverance and determination to move towards our goals and our plans. It rules, again, our career or our life path and working our way to where we want to be with that. So it's very ambitious. Mercury retrograde, it's going to give us that opportunity to, again, go back over and look at what we need to make better, or how we can change something, or how we can redirect something that maybe isn't working thus far. It's a time to, again, reorganize, reflect, reevaluate, as I mentioned earlier. And also on Thursday, after Mercury officially turns retrograde, it's going to connect with Pluto. Nope, sorry, not Pluto, Venus, excuse me. So it connects with Venus in Capricorn. And Venus in Capricorn, remember, is again that practical, ambitious, dedicated to work and effort of what it wants to accomplish. Now, Venus, that could mean that maybe there's communication in business, communication within the career that's highlighted or important, communication with other women, which is Venus. That's more on a business level, a work level. Maybe you're working on a project with somebody, or maybe you want to connect with somebody to potentially work on a project in the future. So that kind of thing is happening with Mercury and Venus coming together. Also on Thursday, the moon ends up at some point transitioning into Aries. And Aries is more that go-getter. So even though that's a challenge for Capricorn, Aries and Capricorn challenge one another, I still feel like it's supportive as far as leadership and taking charge and making something happen, taking action, along with that Capricornian energy with Mercury and Venus. On Friday, the 30th of December, we've got the Sun in Capricorn. And it's going to be in an inconjunct connection to Mars in Gemini. Okay, so again, the sun is shining its light through Earth sign, practical, grounded Capricorn, ambitious, working towards goals. And the inconjunct to Mars in Gemini means that we need to make some adjustments as far as the ideas we're following up on, the plans we're trying to make, maybe moving forward with 2 or more projects or ideas at the same time. So we just need to be able to kind of again redirect or adjust, especially redirect because Mercury is retrograde now, and try to make this practical Capricorn energy work with this idea-oriented, versatile energy of Gemini. The moon also on that day is still in Aries. So again, it's this take charge sort of energy. On the 31st, Saturday, we've got Venus connecting to Pluto. So that was my little mess up a little bit earlier when I thought Mercury was connecting with Pluto. It's actually Venus connecting with Pluto on Saturday. This is going to bring up a sense of empowerment, divine feminine power that's practical and grounded and work-oriented, career-oriented, or life path-oriented. Venus and Capricorn can also bring transformation in relationships or transformation within financial matters as well. And let's see, where's the moon that day? Did I write down? The moon is still in Aries, and I believe it moves into Taurus on Saturday. So once it shifts into Taurus, it's going to be a little bit more settled. Moon in Aries can be a little bit reactive sometimes, especially reactive emotionally. And it's very initiating and doesn't stop long to kind of think or contemplate, basically. But when the moon moves into Taurus on Saturday, we're going to feel a little bit more patient, a little bit more grounded, a little bit more self-nurturing, perhaps. And again, definitely more settled within that emotional energy. And then on Sunday, the 1st of January, again, Happy New Year 2023, everyone. On Sunday, the 1st of January 2023, we have Mercury in Capricorn in a positive sextile to Neptune in Pisces. Remember, Mercury in Capricorn is retrograde. There's an opportunity here I feel like it's an opportunity to use both of our practical solutions in what this Mercury retrograde is all about, but combine that with spiritual intuition and what feels right with the Neptune connection. Visualization, imagination, meditation, self-reflection, all of those things are highlighted on that day. And the moon again is still in Taurus. So that's a little bit about the astrology of the week. Let us go ahead and take a look at what our angels and guides have to say for this week, the last week of 2022. Okay, so we start out with the 4 of Mental. In this particular deck, the Psychic Tarot, the suits are mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. So the suit of Mental is like the suit of Swords. This is like the 4 of Swords. And just like the 4 of Swords in the traditional tarot, it's about rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, getting more sleep, calming the mind, doing some meditation. So this to me seems kind of logical because we're in the holiday season, right? We just had Christmas yesterday on the 25th, and now we're starting out this week on the 26th, where it's some downtime, right? Spending time with home and family and just relaxing, sleeping in, maybe, doing more meditation or yoga practices. This is a time to rejuvenate ourselves because we've been so busy before the holiday season that we need to recharge our batteries. If you can get out in nature, please do so. But this is, again, a time of quiet reflection and just kind of letting your mind be at peace, at least to start out the week. Let's see what the next card is, though. Okay, as we move to the next card here, okay, and this makes sense too. This is Major Arcana 21, called Universe in this particular deck. This is like the World card in the traditional tarot. It's the last of the Major Arcana and speaks of a successful completion of a cycle so that a positive new beginning can start, which makes a lot of sense because we're at the end basically of 2022 and we're getting ready to move into a new energy for 2023. So the Universe card here comes up saying, okay, it's time to wrap up loose ends. It's time to complete projects as much as you can. It's time to have that conversation maybe with somebody. Of course, it's Mercury retrograde. You might have to have more than one conversation to kind of bring some sort of solutions or some sort of healing to any kind of rifts that you might be having. This is really also not just things on a physical level, not just things with job, home, family, whatnot. This is on an energetic level. We're bringing energies on a spiritual, energetic level to completion. So don't be surprised if you find that your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body is purging energetically and releasing what it no longer needs, maybe through dreams. I know my dreams have been quite active lately, through just waking hours and just feeling like emotions kind of coming up and then dissipating, feeling weird things in the physical body that might be coming out, but then again, a day or two goes by and then it subsides. Frustrations on a mental body level maybe coming up, or old anger that's unresolved and you might not even know what it's attached to. All these things energetically can come up so that we can bring things again to completion and get ready for that new beginning in the new year that's coming about. This also to me says to connect with spirit, connect with your angels and guides, connect to the universe through, again, quiet self-reflection and meditation, or being out in nature as much as you can, because that's going to aid you as you move throughout this week. And then the last card, yes, it's only 3 cards. Okay, the last card is also a mental card. It's the 1 of mental, which is like the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot. So aces are always about new beginnings. The suit of mental or swords means that it's a new beginning on a mental level, a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving, a new way of communicating with other people, okay? And it says triumphant success at the bottom. You can see a hand pushing through the hardness of the earth with a sword and victory. And that's kind of like us pushing through those old frustrations, right? Those things on the mental level where we might have despair or frustration or anger or whatever it is that comes up mentally for us, feelings of, it goes into feelings too, but, feeling not good enough, things like that, although this is more of a mental card. So we might have to give a little bit of a push. We might need to have a little bit of a steadfastness to kind of push through whatever these energies on the mental level are. But this is showing, again, a positive new beginning. I think this is part of Mercury retrograde too, right? Pushing through those awkward communications, for instance, maybe that we need to have. Maybe it's with family. Maybe it's with a loved one, a lover, a husband, a wife. Maybe it's with your boss, a coworker, a child. So we're needing to kind of really just have some resolve here and confidence and push through, and we will be victorious in the end. All right, let's go ahead and see what your special message is depending on your stone of choice. So that first stone of choice was the Sonora Sunset Sunrise Chrysocolla. All right, so what is the message for those people in this last week of 2022? This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. Ooh, woman holding a heart. Okay, so this might be signifying you. Maybe you're the woman that's wearing her heart on her sleeve, right? Which means that you might have some tender emotions, right? Maybe someone's taking advantage of your goodness or kindness or generosity in some way. So that would be one thing, again, to maybe have that Mercury retrograde conversation with this person. This could be love also, conversely, that's coming to you from other people, right? That someone is offering you love, kindness, nurturing, caring energy, right? And whether it's another woman, or whether it can even be a man that has that's very comfortable in his divine feminine energy of showing that nurturing, showing that love, or speaking about that love. I feel like this can go either way. So maybe again, and maybe you're the woman who's offering the love and nurturing too, right? So you're holding the heart, you're giving your heart, you're giving your love, you're giving that nurturing. Conversely, you might be receiving it from other people. Or again, that first message of maybe being a little bit emotionally sensitive, and like wearing your heart on your sleeve, and maybe being easily taken advantage of somebody else. So you have to look at all the possibilities and decide what fits you here. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message for the Rainbow Moonstone people. Giving this a shuffle here. Rainbow Moonstone people, message for this week. This one's calling my attention right here. And this one says blossoming abundance. Wow, that's a great one. Okay, so I feel like this might not be all happening all this week, but I feel like you're setting up the stage with this being the last week of 2022, with Mercury retrograde happening, so you can reevaluate and revise things during that Mercury retrograde time period. But you're getting ready to actualize, maybe initiate and actualize, manifest this blossoming abundance on all levels. Abundance maybe in home life, love life, financial life, career life, within your projects, in any area of life, really. Maybe it's travel. Maybe you want to travel the world, and that's part of an abundant energy. Abundance can be many, many things. It can be about having an abundance of new ideas, an abundance of opportunities to choose from. So whatever this is about, and this number here kind of stands out to me. It didn't necessarily on the last card, and I don't even know what that last card number was, but the number 3 is about expansion, creativity, fertility, which are all words that go with the idea of blossoming abundance. So get ready, because I think that is on the way for you. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Labradorite, let's give this a little shuffle. Labradorite, special message for the Labradorite people. This one is sticking out here. The Garden and the Gate. I can't tell you how many times I draw this card for clients. The Garden and the Gate. So this shows a young woman who's standing in this beautiful, beautiful garden inside this kind of gate, this gated area. The gate is closed. Beyond the gate is just as beautiful. New horizons, a field, maybe a little rolling hill or mountain here, a nice open sky. There's beauty on the other side of the gate as well, okay? And what this card often means is that the woman might be, I don't know if I want to use the word settling, because she's in a beautiful place. Like, she's got some beautiful things around her, beautiful abundance, and maybe good friends, or maybe the family life is pretty good, and finances are pretty good. Maybe she's, okay in her career. There's a lot of, again, abundance and beauty in her immediate life. But she has this longing. I mean, if you look, she's kind of, again, she feels sort of content, but there's also like this longing to find out what's on the other side of that gate. Maybe she's got dreams and hopes and wishes that she doesn't even feel like she can materialize. There's all these new horizons and new opportunities and new places to see, new people to meet, but maybe she feels scared, or maybe she feels insecure, or maybe she feels like she doesn't want to rock the boat. Now, I'm not suggesting to get rid of this comfort, this beauty, and this abundance that you're in, but if you're longing for adventure, or you're longing for something more, you're longing to travel, meet new people, maybe look at that new career possibility, or whatever it might be, this is an indication that it's time to do so. It's time to step beyond the comforts of what's inside that gate and open that gate and move beyond it. Expand yourself beyond the gate. See what's out there in the big wide world. as you move into 2023. And isn't it interesting that this is another 3 energy, 30, 3, 0, and 3 is about expansion. And as we move into 2023, we're now out of the 2, 2, 2 energy, right? And now we've got a 2, and a 3. And 3 again, that last number of 2023, brings in that element of expansion, imagination, fertility, abundance, creation. So that is your message for this week. I feel like those of you that got that first card, what was it? I'm trying to think back now because I feel like, I want to know what the number was on my card. Oh, it was the woman with the heart, right? Let's see really quick. I'm just going to try to find the woman with the heart in here because we don't want to leave you guys out of what the number was and what the vibration could have been. Okay. Oh, sure. It's probably at the end. Where is she? Woman. I'm getting towards the end of this deck, so she's got to be coming up soon. There she is. Okay. So the woman holding the heart. That was master number 44, actually. Okay. And the 4 energy is a practical, grounded energy like Capricorn. So it means, it means organization. It means focus. It means grounding. It means focusing those energies to manifest what it is that you desire. Of course, 4 plus 4 equals an 8. And 8 is about life path, destiny path, career path, your sense of personal power, owning your own inner authority. And if you take the number 8, which 44 adds up to, and turn it on its side, it's the infinity symbol. So now we're balancing the inner being, our inner soul, with the outer aspects of life. You're needing to kind of balance the spiritual and the practical, if you will, with this card. Okay? All right. I hope everyone has had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Please stay safe and have fun and gather with people that you love, that support you. And I will see you in 2023 for the January monthly reading as well as the next weekly reading. So sending you all lots of love and light, everyone. Namaste.